because he wasn't performing, he looked tired, he looked nervous, he was quite frankly, he was blowing it on the big stage.
Yeah, he was way behind, and he was too reluctant to let his hands go. He was over cagey, negative even at times, but yeah, when you've got power, you can turn things around, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, you'll need to learn from that, and you've got to feel for him, you really do, because he boxed well, really hadn't done anything wrong, he got caught, and that heavy right hand, well, it's got a reputation for itself around the gyms of London, and rightly so. Our MC David Diamante is ready, so let's go over to him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Gray calls a halt to this contest on request of the corner. Your winner by RSC, he's still undefeated, and the new WBA Intercontinental Cruiserweight Champion, Richard Riakporhe.
Well, Riakporhe with a little dance in the ring there as he gets the win, and he will be delighted. I'm sure he'll be very, very relieved, because when they look back on this, they'll maybe give him a little bit of time, but then the Tibbs will sit him down and watch this through with him, I'm sure, and Dillian will talk to him, and I think they will tell him that he's been a lucky boy here tonight, that his natural power has got him out of trouble. But it's a learning curve. He's not been boxing that long. He's not been in that many professional contests, and the next time he steps up onto the big stage, he will be a lot better for having experienced this, because, as we were saying, he didn't settle, he didn't really seem to take to it. But you'll know for next time.
Yeah, without doubt. I mean, he was a little bit possibly overawed by the occasion. Was far too cagey for far too long in the fight, but when he did let his hands go, when he did land that right hand, you know, you could see he had power. I mean, there was a few right hands he half landed, half blocked quite hard earlier in the fight, and you could hear the thuds, you could see that he carried good power. But yeah, that right hand that caused the swelling, it was almost like a, I don't know, like a freak injury, wasn't it?
Well, let's hear his thoughts. He's ringside with Andy Scott.
Richard, congratulations. I just wonder if you want to just share your thoughts on a hideous injury to your opponent, Sam Hyde.
Yeah, Sam Hyde is a warrior. I was down on the scorecard, so I had to pull out the bag, and you can count on me for that.
Any idea where the injury happened? Did you, obviously you saw it straight away, but are you aware of, was it a punch?
Yeah, it was a punch. I think I hit him with a hook, and it started to swell up, so I just started to target that. And over time, it just, you know, I was thinking, you know, it's about time they throw in the towel, because we don't know what type of injury that is, but that could be.
You mentioned that you thought you were behind on the cards there. What was going wrong for you at that point?
I wasn't committing my jab properly, and you know, you have to bear in mind I've only had 7 fights, so I'm learning on the job, and a lot of people wouldn't take this type of risk on their 8th fight, and this is why. But you know what? I'm a risk taker. I learned from my big bro here, and he shows me that, you know, he told me that, listen, in this game, nothing is given. You just have to go for it.
It's not about how you start in a fight, it's about how you finish. You are the winner. Where do you see yourself in a very competitive domestic mixer cruiserweight?
I believe I'm one of the best. I'm one of the best, and as I keep on learning, I'll get better, and who knows, you know, where I could go. But I'm just going to keep on pushing and see where it takes me.
You mentioned you called him your big bro. Let's hear from your manager, Dillian Whyte. You told us at ringside into round he needed to find that big right hand, and he did.
Yeah, you know, first I want to say Rich is a good fighter, big strong guy, but he's very inexperienced. He's only had 7 fights. Done a lot of training camps with me and learned a lot, but until he get in the ring and actually fight and try it out over the rounds, I'm sure in his mind he would have been worried about the 10 rounds also. Sam Hyde's a very tough guy, very game opponent, a perfect opponent, I believe, for Richard. You know what I mean? Richard showed that he can actually be behind on the scorecard and pull it out of the bag, you know.
Well done, Richard, and our best wishes to Sam Hyde.
Indeed. Congratulations to Richard Riakporhe. He extends his perfect professional record to 8-0. Richard, he came so close to losing that, didn't he? But he turned it around at the last minute, Carl.
He did, yeah. Started slow. He was almost blowing it for himself. And sometimes early on in your career, that was only his 8th fight as a professional. Sometimes you didn't get going with the jab. You know, you're struggling to believe in yourself, to get the work going, and he found himself wanting a bit in it. He never got going with the jab, never put the combination shots together, and he was slow and cumbersome, and his cornermen were trying to G him up. Without that big shot there, but that's boxing. Without that big shot, who knows, he was behind on all the scores, so he probably would have lost on points. and he would have gone back and he'd been so disappointed with himself. But the difference is, in boxing, if you've got the power, you can do this. He landed a big shot and made all the difference.
I found initially he wasn't reacting, he was acting. He wasn't using the jab as he should have done. Eventually, when he got the shot, and he got the confidence to follow it through, that's when he starts to let the power shots in. That's when he starts to put the pressure on high. That's what he should have been doing from the off, because that's why he was behind on points. So once he knew he had him going, he wouldn't let go. The problem is, he's not that fast. So you can see the punches coming, but can you get out the way of the shots? Hein couldn't. But Reactholm knew that, and that's why he just...
Well, as soon as that big right hand started landing, that was the difference. And like I said, he's got the power. He'll learn a lot from that.
One thing Andy mentioned in commentary was his facial expressions.
Yeah.
And Johnny, you mentioned that as well to me ringside, that he's shown too much in his face. He's kind of scrunching his face up when he's going to get hit.
And it's like an old school trick. It's like playing poker. You've got to have a poker face. Don't show when you're happy, don't show when you're sad, don't show when you're hurt. And what he was kind of grimacing each time they got him close. Each time they got hit, and I thought, has he got a problem with his hand or what? So what he had to do is just fake poker face. He's just inexperienced, that's all. Like his ain't professional fight.
Okay, how far can he go?
Hopefully, if he listens and learns, he'll do all right.
Well, you've got Lawrence Coley at middleweight. Sorry, British champion, and that's going to be a tough task at this level. So he's still very much learning.
All right, okay, well, we're going to continue our build-up to the main event, and we're going to hear from one of the best pound-for-pound fighters there is, on his take on his friend, Alexander Usyk.
How long have you known Alexander Usyk? 15 years.
He's going to go for the finish here. The next shot could be the end for him. Joy to behold when he's boxing like this.
He's a good friend, he's a good guy. He's a funny.
Что Тони Беллью хочет.
What about Tony Bellew? Have you seen him fight before?
Yeah, I saw a couple fights with David Haye.